Good morning. Welcome back to Planet Doug as I ride out of the parking area of the Wisma Rumah Kita in Padang. And what I'm doing right now, I'm on the scooter, obviously, and I'm in Padang, of course. But what I want to do today is kind of we'll see if I can put together a whirlwind tour of some attractions, basically some places around Padang, buildings, mosques, a museum perhaps, things like that. And I've already featured this first place in a video, but I thought I would stop here for a second look. I'm not going to go onto the grounds. This is the Al-Hakim Mosque, very beautiful mosque, very dramatic mosque in Padang. And yeah, got my GoPro tilted now. I'm just going to get off the scooter, walk down to the ocean. I was here before. I just want to get a little bit of video of the mosque and its dramatic setting before I move on to the next spot. That's a beautiful horse. Tall, that one over there. Did you hear that? It was sounded almost like a Hollywood horse. That neigh. Right on cue. I suppose you could put horses in another one of my personal quirks. I've had the chance to ride on a couple of horses in my life, but I didn't enjoy it at all. I don't think I could. I couldn't control the horse. Horse didn't like me. I could feel it. The horse could sense that I was nervous, and it was just like, nah. I don't know. I don't like controlling an animal and making it do what I want. So I have trouble asserting myself, I guess. And then when it comes to horse-drawn carriages like that, I never take advantage of them again. I just end up really feeling sorry for the horse. In a lot of cities where they have they use horses or donkeys to pull things, the horses and donkeys are usually in very, very bad condition, and I just feel sorry for them. These ones look great. These ones look very healthy. And again, a personal quirk. Again, I just don't like sitting on the carriage and having the horse pull me around. It just doesn't feel. I just don't like it. And then horses running on pavement. I'm always worried that they're gonna slip, right? Steel horseshoes, pavement. It just feels to me like they don't really have proper footing, that they should be running around on grass and dirt and the open prairies, things like that. Anyway, very beautiful horses, these two though. Anyway, here is the Al-Hakim Mosque. I'm going to walk out onto these stones, get a better look at it. That's where I was the other day, a few days ago. That's the park over here. You can park your scooter down below, and then there's a trail that goes around and then all the way to the top. And you can actually sit on a hill right behind that sign. And those letters, the Padang letters, they're huge. They are much, much bigger than you would think. They were certainly a lot bigger than I thought. Yeah, and check this out. I think this is the exact same scooter that I had in Thailand. A Honda Beat. Same coloring too. Yeah, it actually looks like the scooter that I was riding around in Thailand, I think. And where I wanted to go was right where those people are taking selfies right now. Yeah, last time I was here, the water wasn't nearly this high. The tide has come in. I think oceans and rocks are two of the more dangerous places for vloggers, people holding cameras. Already as I was walking along there, the wave caught me, you know, soaked my feet and my pant legs. I'm wearing long pants right now because I might be walking around the outside of the Grand Mosque, one of the places I want to visit, so I put on long pants. But yeah, I hate these pants though, they're not comfortable. They don't really fit me right, but it's all I have in the way of long pants right now. But yeah, these places can be dangerous. Like I said, you know, the ocean, you're walking along the ocean, paying attention to your camera, an ocean wave is sure to catch you. And then as you're out here taking video, you're probably going to stumble on one of these rocks and fall down. So anytime you're near the ocean, rocks, cliffs, you got to be extra careful. But there's Al Hakim Mosque. Struck me as very dramatic when I was here last time because of this shipwreck over there. Big ocean ship blowing up on the rocks. Nice contrast with the mosque, I thought. Very muggy today, humid. The sun's not out, but you can really feel the heat just from the humidity. All right, so what I'm going to do now is there's a little road here and there's a museum there. I'm not guaranteeing that the museum is open, but there's a museum, and then there's some kind of a cultural center, and then the Grand Mosque. And I was surprised, I was reading about these mosques, how young they are. This one, for example, I just assume all mosques are historic, so they're both very, very new. They're not historic mosques. There could have been a mosque on, I don't think, there wasn't a mosque on this site before. I think this is the very first one to occupy this place. But I don't know about the Grand Mosque. Oh. I wasn't sure what to order here. They have roti bakar and sandwich. So I asked for a sandwich, but they also say burger. So I don't know if a burger is different from a sandwich. But anyway, we'll see what I end up with. The picture of the burger looks exactly the same as the picture of the sandwich. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Gets the omelet in a perfect square. Fits nicely. But it's an egg sandwich. I don't know if he has burger ingredients or not. We'll see. I think I'm in the video frame. I can't really tell. But each egg sandwich was 8,000 rupiah, so 16,000 total. It's tasty. Yeah, very spicy. A real flavor to them. And very buttery. So I've decided to go for some sugarcane juice. With ice, of course. It's all fresh, which is nice. Okay, look at that. So she's cutting each one right away and then feeding it through. Then there's a hose there, a valve to pour it out into the drink, into the cup. Very clever. Berapa harganya? 5.000. So I have my sugarcane juice, 5,000 rupiah. As I've mentioned in the past, I have a bit of a history with sugarcane juice. I really like it, but there was a time years ago when I had some, and then immediately afterwards I got extremely sick, and my body remembers that, so I associate the flavor with being severely ill. So it took me a long time to get over that feeling. Of course, back in those days, could have been the ice, could have been the water. This is nice. I didn't notice her add any sweetening to it, but it does taste sweet, sweeter than normal coconut juice. Coconut, sugarcane juice. Not thinking so clearly this morning yet. I just thought I'd ride along the beach here. I have my GoPro pointed to the left. At the very end of this road, it arrives at, I think, Padang Beach, they call it. Might be one of the main beaches here. And there might be a lot of people hanging out there. We'll see. Martabak. I wonder if martabak should be on my menu for this morning. Maybe on my way back I can stop. Few places serving a type of breakfast here, lontong sayur, very, very good breakfast meal. Small, very small fish market. A couple of guys selling fish there. Another fish market. Hello. There's a big Padang sign. I think this is Padang Beach, Pantai Padang. I don't think any of these spots are meant for swimming though. The water's too rough and gets deep very quickly. But you can sit and enjoy the waves crashing on shore. Maybe I can do that here with a cup of coffee. What do you think? That sounds like a plan. Here I am at Padang Beach. A couple of kids in the water, though I mean, I'd want to keep a close eye on them. Look at those two kids there. A bigger wave could come out of nowhere, suck them out. So I definitely want to keep an eye on them. But yeah, here's the beach. As I said, it's not really a swimming beach, just all these tables and chairs. And I'm just going to go for a walk out there so I can get a view of the beach from that direction. And then I think I might just have a cup of coffee here, just more as an excuse to, or maybe a coconut would be more suited to this environment, but more as an excuse just to sit on the beach. It looks okay for swimming, actually. I don't see a real steep drop off in the land. You could probably swim here safely, as long as you're a good swimmer. And that's as far as we've come. You can see the hill over there with the Padang sign, the Al Hakim Mosque over there, not that far away. Interesting thing that strikes me, or perhaps not so interesting, is that everywhere you go, river or ocean, you see all the people fishing. It's pretty much all men. I'm not sure that in my entire lifetime I've ever seen a woman with a fishing rod in her hands. That's just not a thing. Men hunt, is that the thing? And I think men just like their toys as well, right? I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Just saw a group of men over there, all sitting in a circle, looking at a whole bunch of different types of fishing line, you know, probably arguing the merits of one line over another, lures, fishing rods, reels, you know, any hobby where you can go shopping and buy a bunch of little gadgets for. That seems to attract men.
Mau duduk?
Yeah, I'll just go down there. 8.000?
Iya, terima kasih.
Okay, thank you. So I got my coffee. It's just one of those packages again. 3-in-1 cappuccino. That's it there. 8,000 rupiah. And I'm just gonna grab a chair down here and watch the waves come in for a few minutes. I walked up and down the beach a little bit, trying to find a place that I knew for sure would have hot water. So I had to find a place that had like thermoses. And yeah, those thermoses keep the water pretty hot. And this is where I am. Children are such savages. Just sitting here on the beach, idyllic setting, and so, you know, occasionally there's some children playing in the water, playing in the sand. I think, oh, how nice, how pleasant for the children to paddle around in the water. And then I notice what all the children are doing. There's one girl here still doing it. They're going up and down the beach looking for the crabs. And then whenever they see a crab, they chase it into its hole, because they always have a hole nearby. And then once they locate the hole, they take a big handful of sand, of wet sand, pile it on top of the hole, and then beat it down with the heel of their foot to try and trap the crab inside. It's just like, kids, you know, this is a little girl doing it. You think this would be a little boy thing, but yeah, that's how the girl is entertaining herself. Of course, I'm sure the crab are fine. They dig themselves out of holes like that all the time. But it is kind of telling that it's the first thing she thinks to do on the beach. Torment all the local critters. That's her there, the crab tormentor. She's trapped pretty much every crab on the beach. She keeps looking for more. I notice there's one crab over here on my left. It was running around my feet a little bit. Oh, there it goes right there. Did you see it? Just came out of its hole. And the little girl was right beside it, but she never saw it. So I'm rooting for this crab to stay hidden. The crab monster hasn't found her yet, or found it yet. The crab killer. All right, just leaving from Padang Beach. My crab, the one by my chair, escaped. The crab girl never found it, never filled in its hole. And my next destination, one more place I wanted to drop by. I've actually driven by it a couple of times already, but I've never gotten off the scooter to take a look, is the Grand Mosque, which again, I thought was, must be a historic site of some kind, you know, a mosque centuries old or something. But from what I read this morning, it was completed in the, whoa, it was completed in, oh, no wonder I was zooming all over the place. Flat tire. Isn't that weird? Now, that's a flat tire. Flat tire, that's a new one. Never had to fix a flat before. Yeah, my rear wheel was spinning all over the place. Whoa. It was like I was on ice or something. So this will be interesting. How does one fix a flat tire? Quite often you're near, you know, some sort of if you're downtown, there's always a repair place nearby, but I don't know about here. I might have to go for a bit of a walk or something. Yeah, park my scooter here and then see if I can find a place. All right, go for a short walk in my neighborhood. Maybe there's a place nearby. If not, maybe I can ask around. So that office there is the tourist police, and just on the off chance that maybe they could help me out, I just popped in there to ask if there was a place nearby. Yeah, this is where I could find someone to fix my flat tire, and they know a place on the other side of the bridge. So this kind tourist police, he's going to help me find a place. Yeah, here. There's right. Yeah, right there. Front is okay. So we just stopped to confirm where my scooter is. And now we're gonna cross the bridge and look for a place that can do repairs. And then once I find it, I guess I can push my scooter there or something like that. I'd like to see the place first before I start pushing the scooter around. I know from experience that these things are very heavy. Yeah, it's a sweaty job. Anyway, we're gonna track down someplace first. Yeah, these places are pretty common, and we just found one, kind of a short distance. Certainly a short distance riding. Okay. So we found a place right there behind me. So now I just have to bring my scooter here. To it once you have the tourist police on your side. Of course, I could have found it eventually just if I walked in this direction, but it's a lot easier this way. right, time for some pushing. Now I regret wearing long pants. There's a place where I brought shorts along, and if I can pop inside somewhere and change into shorts, I will do it. But for now, it's time to get some exercise. It is always amazing when you're riding on a scooter or anything motorized. It feels so effortless, and it always comes as a surprise when you turn the engine off and you try to move it without the assistance of the engine. Then you realize just how heavy this thing is and how much power is required. Like, what I mean is, when you're riding the scooter, you think the scooter is carrying your weight, and that's what you think about, how heavy you are. But you don't really consider how heavy the scooter is. It takes a lot of energy just to move the scooter, let alone your weight. So it's pretty amazing. Small engines too, but they're so efficient. Yeah. I'm pushing this up a bridge. Very gentle slope, but couldn't imagine trying to do this up a real hill, like a real Sumatran hill. No way. Yeah, well, if you're going to get a flat tire, certainly worse times to get one. This is a good time to get a flat. Because I'm not going anywhere in particular. Comes the horse putting me to shame. Hello. Flat tire.
Huh?
Tire
Tire.
is flat. And here, I can fix it over there. Yeah. No problem. I just have to go there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. I think that man wondered whether I was just out of gas. Because if I was out of gas, he could get some for me. But yeah, the telltale sign for one of these places is an air compressor. A very distinctive look to an air compressor. You can spot them from far away, and there it is. My air compressor. Hello. Yeah, this one at the back.
Kasih aja banner macam mana?
Oh, so I made it very hot and sweaty, and the mechanic, I think he was taking a nap back there, but he's come to life. I think he might be getting out a whole new tube, which is probably the...
Ni, di kasih banner ni.
Oh, okay.
Ya.
Okay, yeah.
Ya, 50,000.
50, okay.
Ya.
So he's going to take the easy route and just put in just replace the tube. which I'm all in favor of that. Whatever is easiest, you know, I'll trust the expert. And there he's got the whole collection of inner tubes over there. And let the master do his thing. I think I misunderstood what's going on, but now I get it. I think it's originally tubeless. And he's suggesting that rather than relying on the seal, so there's no tube in there right now. So he's not replacing the tube. He's actually just putting a tube in, though normally it would be tubeless. Which, yeah, I definitely think that's a good idea. Whatever's going to be the least trouble in the future, right? Because if the seal loosened and it went flat now, it's probably going to do it again. Yeah, very cool. There is no nail in the tire or glass.
Gak ada paku di ban atau kaca.
Oh, nggak ada.
No, nada, no.
Nggak ada, sudah diperiksa.
Okay. Okay.
Ya.
And there you have it, a small tire repair adventure. And the total cost, labor, and the new tube, or I shouldn't say, yeah, a brand new tube, was 50,000 rupiah. And that comes to, I don't know, between $3 and $4 US, I think, somewhere in there, $3.50. And I did ask him at the end whether or not there was any kind of a puncture, like was there a nail or any glass or anything in there to indicate. Because when you fix flat tires on bicycles over the years, that's one thing you are very wary of, that you have a flat tire and you put in all this work fixing the flat, put the tube back in, you start riding, and boom, right away you get another flat, and it turns out that there was a nail in the tire or a piece of glass or something, and that's what's causing the flat. So you can fix the puncture, but you also have to look for whatever caused the puncture. But in this case, he said no, there was nothing in the tire. It was the seal around the edges, because it's tubeless, somehow the seal let go. But I checked myself, I ran my hand all around the tire. And that's also a very dangerous thing to do. I learned that from bicycles too. If you run your fingers along the inside of your tire, and you find the piece of glass, well, you found it because it cut open your finger. You have to be very careful. You can't just rub your hand over it looking for a nail, because yeah, you'll find it pretty quickly. But in this case, I didn't find anything. I'm not sure what would have happened if I'd said no to the, you know, the cost of a tube. Like, if I said, no, I don't want to put a tube in, just fix the flat somehow, I'm not sure what that would have involved. I was curious whether putting the tube in would change how the scooter feels. Maybe I'm not 100% accustomed to the normal feeling, but I don't feel anything different. Feels the same. It rides the same. It was kind of interesting going to the tourist police, because as far as I know, I don't really understand tourist police, to be honest. I don't know what their function is. You find them in lots of countries in Southeast Asia. And when you see the name, you think, oh, they must be there to help tourists. Like, it's a place where if a tourist needs the assistance of emergency services, that's where they can go. That would be your instinct, but I think your instinct would be wrong, because when you go to the tourist police, I mean, nobody there speaks English. They don't seem to be particularly accustomed to dealing with tourists in any way. So, you know, I don't think they're there to help tourists. Like, you know, I'm a tourist, I need help, call the tourist police. It's not like that. I guess they're there if a tourist breaks the law, does something wrong, and local people can go there, go arrest that tourist, or there's some sort of a dispute between a local business and a foreign tourist. I'm not really sure what their role is, but anyway, the office was right there, and there were two men sitting inside, and to be honest, I think I could have walked up to any adult Indonesian male, just anywhere, like even at the beach. There were some men there. I could have just gone up to them and shown them Google Translate and said, I have a flat tire on my scooter. Do you know what I can do? And they would have been more than happy, I think, to dive in and help me find a place that could fix it. And maybe they would have done the same thing that the tourist police did. You know, they would have driven me around until we found one, you know. But failing that, of course, as long as I kept walking in any direction, I would have come across a small shop like that eventually. It was just a question of how far away it would be, and therefore how far I would end up having to push my scooter. And this ended up being pretty simple. I'm waiting at an intersection for the light to turn green so I can turn to the right. Oops. This is how I would go to the immigration office each time. So I'm very familiar with this route. And every time I've gone to the immigration office and then I've ridden back to my hostel, I've gone right by the Grand Mosque. I've just never stopped to take a look at it, which is what I'm going to do today. There are a few interesting facts about this mosque. One I've already mentioned is that it's quite new. And I don't know how much went into the final engineering and design, but the original concept was to make it earthquake resistant, earthquake proof. So it's quite an expensive building because of its design and including a lot of earthquake structures, you know. Ooh, I can see it from a distance. It's quite a big building. And from a distance, you wouldn't even know it was a mosque. And that's because it does not have a typical dome structure that you would see on a mosque. It has partially like a Minangkabau traditional roof line, but the roof was also designed to look like almost like a net or a sheet. I don't know all the details of the history, but apparently the four tribes came together with Muhammad, and they were going to move the Kaaba, the stone, you know, the precious stone, the Kaaba, but they couldn't decide which tribe would get the honor of moving it. So I guess Muhammad came up with the idea of putting the stone on a sheet, and then a representative of each tribe would take one corner of the sheet, and then they would all lift it and carry it together. And the roof line of this mosque is meant to represent that sheet. And that is the mosque there. And as you can see, I think the first time I rode by it, I had no idea that it was a mosque at all, just because of the unusual architecture. So there it is, the Grand Mosque. Very expensive structure. And there was something in its history about Saudi Arabia was donated something like 500 billion rupiah for its construction. But right at that time, West Sumatra suffered a big earthquake, and that money was diverted into reconstruction and emergency aid after the earthquake. There's another view. And I don't know, it looks like it. I mean, if I can park my scooter somewhere, I think I can walk up there. I see a couple of people. Impressive building. There's a high minaret. And I also read that the original design called for 4 of them, but when the budget was reduced, they decided to have only 1 minaret. I was just chatting with the guards at the front, and this is one of the security guards.
Hello.
What is your name?
Ilham.
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 Ilham. And they let me park my scooter right there, and then they were saying I could take a picture, and I thought they meant I could take a picture of the tower, but it turns out they're going to let me go inside the tower, which is very nice. I don't know how special that is to be allowed inside, or how high up we can go, but that's the minaret. And we can go up. So there is an elevator here, but it is out of commission. The doors are closed. This is like, makes me think of course, the elevator in the Big Bang Theory building, always closed. So we're going up. Yeah, here's the, like it does have an elevator, but it's not working. So we're going up the stairs. Noticed seventh floor. And we made it. I think it's the 12th floor, maybe. And there's the view. The Grand Mosque. Ah, looks beautiful. There's a nice park in front. Almost like a theater, like a performance area with a balcony there. And you can see off towards the ocean. From here, oh yeah, there's a landmark. Whenever you're looking in this direction, there's the Padang, the hill, Gunung Padang. And can I see it? The El Hakim Mosque. It's right there. That's where my hostel is, over in that direction. And that's the old part of Padang, the river there, following that line of hills. That's old Padang. And I guess all of this that we're looking at would be a new Padang. And that's the, which makes sense, quite a large parking area for the mosque. On religious holidays, I'm sure it's quite packed. A lot of people would come here. Though I don't know how many would come here for like daily prayers. My guess is that most people would go to their neighborhood mosque, places that are closer, smaller, you know, that they're connected to in their communities. And then here, this would be for big national holidays and religious holidays, you know. And let's see if you can get a picture of me together with the Grand Mosque. It's always hard to do. So there's the very top of the tower. And I guess you could go up there as well. Actually, maybe, can we go up?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why not? Okay?
Okay.
So,
Let's go.
why not? Might as well go all the way to the top, get the full tour. Can't go through. We've been barred. Locked. I need a key for that.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, it's okay. And then all the way to the top. It's probably lights and electronics up there.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
From up here. My GoPro can see something through the window. I don't know what the GoPro can see, but that would be the view. Now we go back down. Light.
Like.
So,
Okay. Here you go.
heading back down, and we're going to be in the dark for a little while. So now I've turned on the light on my phone. So just going to take a walk around the outside of the mosque and looking for the way to get up to the second floor. But down here you can see they're doing all kinds of maintenance and repairs, probably because of rain, like rain is getting through. Even in the minaret that we went up, you could see that there were tons of leaks everywhere in the construction, and water is getting in, and there's a lot of water damage, mold growing lots of places, and the elevator is no longer working. So yeah, maintenance on a structure this size. I think I saw on Wikipedia they said they have a budget of something like almost $300,000 a year for maintenance and upkeep, but who knows how true that is. So I'm on my own now. I just suggested that I'm okay on my own. My young guide was going to go with me everywhere I went, but it's kind of funny when you have someone like that, because just now I didn't catch it on video, but I tripped just down there and I just went sprawling with my camera, my smartphone, everything, because I was actually, as I was walking along, trying to keep up with him, because I don't even know where he was taking me. I originally said I just wanted to come up here onto the second floor, just to get this view. I wanted to come here, but because he was guiding me, he was bringing me all around the bottom areas. I don't know why. There's all that construction going on down there, and we're walking and walking and walking, and I don't know where we're going or what's going on. And I got out my phone and I was typing out a message saying, I can go by myself, I'm trying to politely say he doesn't have to come with me anymore. And I'm trying to type that out on Google Translate, and I wasn't paying attention. I wouldn't walk and Google Translate at the same time, but because I was walking with him and trying to keep up with him, I kept walking, and I tried to step over a gap. My foot got caught on a ledge and I just went sprawling. It's pretty funny. But anyway, I'm on my own now, so it's safer. Yeah. Very much like Buddhist temples in Thailand, I commented that maintenance and renovations and additions never stop. So the construction at a temple never really ends. And for this mosque and that tower that I just looked at, feels a little bit like their construction ambitions outstripped their future budget. That seems to happen quite a bit, I find, where there will be money to build something, but then not always money left over to maintain it over the years. And things start to fall apart almost as soon as they're built, or even before their construction is completed. The buildings are already coming apart because there just isn't enough money, really, like a realistic budget for maintenance. And it feels like this mosque has fallen prey to that. It's built on such a grand scale. Like even that minaret with its own elevator. And the elevator, of course, isn't operational anymore. And the tower as a whole just looked like it was falling apart on most levels. But it is a grand mosque, very impressive structure, that's for sure. Yeah, that's part of the trials and tribulations of having any kind of a helper or local guide, because without him, I never would have gone up into that tower. But also, once you have someone guiding you, you do things like trip and fall, because they take over your life. And then originally, I saw this stairway coming up here, and when we were coming away from the tower, I was kind of leading us in this direction, and I said to him, I was trying to say to him, I'm going to go up, and jalan, I'm going to walk around the mosque. But then instead of us now going here, where this is where I wanted to go, he took me underneath through all that construction, and then I ended up tripping and nearly killing myself because he's taking me through a construction zone and I'm not paying attention to where I'm walking. But it's just weird, that whole idea of having a local guide, and then you sort of, lose control of your destiny, even if it's a good thing. It's also kind of, I don't like it. I like to just wander around on my own, if possible. So I'm going to get back on my scooter head back to the hostel. And I think my scooter, yeah, it's over here somewhere. I think the guard is over here. So, yeah, I think my guide was telling me that there's been a lot of rain damage, which that's why all the roofing over there has fallen. You can see big piles of it there, and they're repairing all of the roofing under there. So this may not be the most scenic place to end the video, but you can see a little bit of the Grand Mosque behind me. So that's it for the morning's adventures, and I'll see you in the next video. Bit of an epilogue. I didn't get any of it on video because all my batteries are running out, but actually I noticed 3 students, turns out they're university students, were walking around upstairs, and I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling they were talking amongst themselves and giggling a little bit and wondering if they could take a picture with me, but I wasn't sure if they wanted to do that or not. And then I went down below to get my scooter, and then they finally caught up with me, and then they came up to me and said, "Oh, can we take a picture together?" I was actually already on the scooter. I had my helmet on and I was driving away, and they still stopped me and said, "Can we take a picture together?" So we took a whole bunch of pictures together, and I found out that they're from Bengkulu, and they were encouraging me to go down to Bengkulu to visit that city. They have the largest flower in the world, like that Raffles flower. And I guess you can see it in Bengkulu. And she has her own YouTube channel called Mini Vlogs. So I'm now subscribed to Mini Vlogs. So that was my departing small adventure from the Grand Mosque.